Welcome to this week's stock market roundup as of Friday, 5 September 2025. For the BSE Sensex, it had closed at 80,710.76. It was up 1.13% from last Friday's 29th August 2025 close of 79,809.65. Year-on-year basis, it was down minus 0.58%. It had closed at 81,183.93 on 6 September 2024. For the last 10 years, the market is still showing a good sign of rising upwards. But for those who are interested only in the year, this is where the period for the 1 year is. And if you are looking at it, this is how it looks. And for the day traders, this is the period that they're concerned about. So we are not focusing on that as of the moment. Now, the similar situation is also for the NSE Nifty 50. As you can see, it was up 1.29% to 24,741 from last week's 24,426.85. Now, on a year-on-year basis, it was down minus 0.45, where it had closed earlier last year at 24,852.15 on 6 September 2024. Again, on a 10-year basis, you can see it has been showing quite a good upward trend. And this is the period for the 1 year. This is what we see, and this is the period for the daily trades. Let's now look at the news. The news that impacted the stock market this week was the GST reforms, of course. It was the biggest thing that has happened. The two-slab structure has helped the industry. There's been auto and consumer goods rally as GST on small cars, motorcycles, buses, trucks, ambulances has been reduced to 18% from 28%. And Mahindra & Mahindra saw some of its biggest gains this week. The Sensex, as you will know from what we discovered, was up 1.13% from last week. The Nifty was plus 1.21%. And the mid and small caps outperformed. The FIIs remain net sellers. They continue to put out capital. On a sectoral focus, the auto, metals and FMCG have held strong. The IT sector is still weak from the US tariff fears. We'll see that soon. Now, the rupee has gone down considerably. It hit 88.36 and the RBI had to intervene to take care of that. It has been weighed down as foreign banks and oil companies are now buying dollars and traders are covering the speculative positions. Now, you can see it in the sectoral performance also. The BSE metal has been top performer at 5.84% week on week. And auto has been right behind at 5.22, consumer discretionary 3.65, durables 2.90, and commodities 2.53. Of those who are performing, those are the bottom also. The one IT, as we all heard, was down minus 1.49. Information technology was down minus 1.13. Tech was down 0.96. Now, telecommunication reality were not actually down, but yeah, from the, if you look at the first bottom, these two also were there at the very down. Now, this is also similar if you look at for the NSE, the metal, auto and the financial services have kind of performed quite well, 5.75, 5.45, 3.40 and 3.40 for the financial sector, both of them from similar turnarounds. Durables has been at the last one to round it up at 3.20 and again at the bottom, Nifty IT has been the one that has been down minus 1.55. Nifty mid, small and IT and telecom have also been down at minus 0.28. Nifty reality has been up actually 0.20, but overall in the larger performance, they have been the bottom sectoral indices that have been there. The BSE stocks have been up at Brainbees. First try has been the one that has shown the highest gains as of Thursday, 13.88, but on a weekly basis it has been only been up 10.69, and Gujarat Minerals has been up previous day 11.78, but on a weekly basis 26%. Again, Varroc Engineering and SKF India, Godfrey Phillips have been kind of the next best performers in terms of day-to-day upwards rise, especially due to GST. Now, looking at the down stocks, we see that Ola has been down considerably from last Thursday. It was minus 7.25, but again, a weekly basis it was actually at 10.90. Exactly not a very bad week for Ola, even though it looks like it. Varun Beverages is down minus 4.04, weekly basis minus 3.45. E-Clerk Services minus 3.49 and upwards weekly 1.72. Persistent minus 3.17. IT again here you can see, and Abbott India minus 3.16, minus 1.01. On the NSE, you can see that Netweb Technologies has been the one that has risen by 20%. This is for all securities in case you're wondering. And weekly basis it is up 44.16. MIC Electronics 20% previous day and weekly 40.91. JITF Intralogistics 20% from Thursday and 59.62 from last week. Barak Valley Siemens 19.99, nearly 20% obviously. and 37.78 on a weekly basis. PV Ventures 19.97 on a daily basis and 37.96 week on week. If you look at the stocks that have been down, then Ola has led the way here also as minus 6.65, but again, on a weekly basis, it has not actually performed that badly. Shraddha Infra Projects, Sridhar Cement, Robust Hotels, and GSEM Technologies have been the other four. But again, if you look at GSEM Technologies, it has been actually on a weekly basis, it has been 10.7 on upwards. So that is it for this week. I hope to see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good, pleasant week.